2020 was a year like no other.
I remember telling our superintendents and talking to them about it's going to be one of the biggest challenges we've ever faced. I was surprised that it was even bigger than big.
And we basically received notification one day that we were closing our doors the next day, and we were going to go to virtual learning, and we needed to make that work.
We offered online options, which we had never done, and we just really had to learn to do what we do in a new and different sort of way.
It allowed technology to be infused, I think, even a little bit more into the classroom setting. But at the end of the day, it was very important for us to still have face-to-face instruction in all the situations that it was possible to do that.
So in order to safely open schools last school year, we did a lot of planning, which started early last summer.
Really, every aspect of the campus was impacted in some way.
We instituted mandatory social distancing in all of our classes, and so that required reconfiguring every single one of our teaching spaces on campus to allow for 6 foot of distance between all students.
Making sure we had plans to sanitize, during the day multiple times, which really gave us the opportunity to clean quite extensively both of our buildings.
Obviously, a lot of safety protocols had to be in place, a lot of extra sanitation. Our staff had to go above and beyond to make it all happen.
We tried to get our foot on the ground real early and try to get done what we could to help our staffs and help our principals and superintendents and teachers.
Our faculty had to be very flexible in dealing with quarantine situations because we had students coming and going at various times. Sometimes we had some faculty and staff coming and going.
We adopted a campus-wide mask policy. We adopted a variety of different teaching modalities because we reduced course capacities. And so we had every single member of the faculty undergo a 5-week training course in the summer of 2020 to learn best practices in online teaching. And so they essentially redesigned every single course that we teach at Heidelberg from the ground up so that we could do hybrid, high flex, and online course delivery and make sure that our students were still learning what it is that we needed them to learn.
We have a significant athletic population, and with no competitions in the fall, all sports competed in the spring.
So it was exhausting, I would say, physically, mentally, emotionally, and people don't always deal well with change.
It forced us to think differently. We had to be creative, we had to think outside of the box, and I think that that's a great lesson for later in life, because definitely the amount of changes that we had to make throughout the course of the previous academic year helped our students, helped our families, helped our faculty, helped our staff understand the importance of adaptability, being flexible, and dealing with whatever the world throws at you.
We're particularly proud of the relationship we held with the county health departments. They did a tremendous job in assisting us with vaccinations and planning for the future.
One of the highlights in a year with not a whole lot of highlights was watching the way that my colleagues bent and stretched and flexed to make sure that their students continued to have a really engaging and high quality educational experience. That was nothing short of inspiring.
Without everybody willing to work together, this would have not been possible for us to open our schools, for us to have our students face-to-face instruction.
The school districts themselves and the teachers and employees have just done a marvelous job of keeping things together for the kids and doing good work despite the pandemic that we were hit with, and very proud of their efforts.
I'd also like to recognize our kids. I think our kids were resilient. I think they were amazing, and I think they were willing to do whatever it took to be back in person, and so they were rock stars.
I think that we also owe special thanks to the Seneca County Health Commissioner for working with us for developing safe plans to keep our community safe.
On behalf of Vanguard-Sentinel Career and Technology Centers, thank you for your dedication to students in our communities.
Our educators during this pandemic have gone above and beyond, teaching in ways that they never dreamed possible to make sure that every student still had a positive learning experience.
So congratulations on a great school year. We stepped up and helped our kids be successful in the midst of a worldwide pandemic. As a school district who works with all of our county schools, we look forward to working with you again this year to ensure that we have another great, successful school year.